Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and finally we're ready to do this. Apologize about the little beginning there. Oh boy, that's unique. But I apologize about it cutting off there like that and having issues initially. But something popped up on the screen that I did not wish for you guys to see. I don't know if it came up or not. So yeah, I had to go ahead and delete that and restart it. So now we're back. It's not funny. Now we're back, and yeah, we're looking to work on some things here. So yes, a lot has happened between now and when we initially started this whole project back in September. Especially lately. It was, I believe it was Saturday, and I got a new computer in October. I got this new computer. I got this new computer in October. Of course, I just said that. Can't think straight. But I got this computer in October, and initially I wasn't thinking that I was going to have this computer for the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series Season 7, I don't think. But then I got it, and it was Saturday. I was testing out Enter 2003. I was actually working on making a channel trailer for Napa Fam, which I already made it. I believe it's incredible, and it'll come up about a week before we do sign-ups for the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. It's going to be a little while for now before you guys see it, but I hope you guys really enjoy it. But anyways, it was Saturday, and I realized, well, it was kind of easy to realize it, that the game was lagging very poorly while I was trying to run the custom cars. I have about 23 custom cars, and I was trying to run it at Daytona. I was starting to do an intro and all that, and I realized it was just like really laggy. Everything was crystal clear. The quality was very good, but the frame rate was horrific, and I realized that the schemes were just too big. It took me at least 24 hours to figure it out. But it turns out there's just one little setting right in the back that I had to turn on, and that was to compress the files into Enter 2003 so that the files would not be too big, too large, that the game cannot, doesn't have to override itself and try to get good graphics on the cars compared to good graphics on the tree or on the track and all that. It took me a while to figure it out. I was freaking out for a second. I was thinking, oh my goodness, you know, what are we going to do? The tracks are going to look terrible for Chick-Fil-A Cup Series Season 7. I don't want that. I really want this to look good. My computer, I know, can handle it. I know the computer wasn't the issue. Thankfully, I figured it out. But that requires me to actually kind of redo some things here. And I got to this point where I've actually gotten all the cars back in here. But other than that, I still got to get the crews in. And what we're going to do initially here today, and hopefully you guys can see this, and should be able to see it. Yes, you should be able to see it, so that's good. What we're going to do to initially start off today, and it shouldn't take too long, is actually transfer over all the pit signs that I had initially onto these cars here, the new files, so that we have this all, you know, back and set up. Initially had all this set up with all the pit crew files and all that, but I had to re-export everything back in, and after I re-exported everything back in, it worked, and now we'll be able to get going here. So yeah, it's complicated, but we figured out the problem, and we're going to solve it here. So I actually want to be able to see this right now, but this is kind of a tough thing to do, is kind of see this and have NR open. You know what, I don't really like doing this, but we'll just for now make this really small so that I can actually see the chat along with this. That's the old way, that's the old graphics mode I used to have when I initially made games, or initially made NR races over on my old computer. This was how I had it. This was the size of screen that was on my computer. Now that I got this new computer, I got full screen. Okay, dokie. So yes, I apologize about the beginning there. A lot of you guys probably aren't watching now because I had to reset it. But you know what? That's okay. That's fine. And, you know, who cares? Actually, this isn't how I had it. But it'll still work for now. You know, I can easily change it back when I want to, but I just want to be able to see the chat and do this at the same time. So a really small screen for me, but you know what? It will work just fine. But anyways, let's do this. How's it going with your lives, guys? I know a lot of you guys probably went back to school. I'm still on break because I'm in college, so I don't go back to the 15th, I think. 16th, I think. I don't know. And my belt just fell off my hanger back there. So that's what's going on in my life right now. But yes, how's it going for you guys? Like, I know you guys are excited for this. I'm working on it. I'm trying my best to get this to work here. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be good. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Sport. Pit Crew 99. Wow, that's cool. Oh, you're at a new school now, aren't you? That's what it is. It is cold. Yeah, on Saturday up here. Oh, actually, I mean, we're getting the end of this nor'easter that's coming through. Now, some of you guys might be getting it if you're like in southern Delaware, southern Maryland, Virginia, northern North Carolina, around that area. You guys are going to be hit really hard. I can do. Oh yeah, Diego. Yeah, questions and answers. Yeah, sure thing. I mean, go ahead, ask me anything. I'll try to. Oh, first class on the 22nd. Come on, man. Get a longer break than I do. You know what's really going to be unfortunate is next week I get my wisdom teeth pulled out, so I'm not looking forward to that at all. But congratulations on getting your broadcasting in on Division 3. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. Anyways, okay, we got one of these things out. Export 0, Pit Crew 92. Of course, the only thing that's really different with all these is the pit sign. I'm not really too concerned about the pit crew, and I hope you guys are okay with me not really being too concerned about the pit crew. I essentially just want the pit sign so you guys know when you're looking down the pit lane which stalls are whose. So that's really all I'm concerned about. So I'm sorry about that. Just gotta find all the pit signs that I initially had and export them out and transfer them back in. PC 83 and scholarships to schools for hockey. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. I like hockey. Casually like hockey. I mean, I don't have time to really watch anything except, you know, what I devote my time to in watching television is football and auto racing, which would be NASCAR, IndyCar, you know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty neat. Congratulations. You had them, of course, so you might not have them now, but still, that's pretty cool. 0 PC 79. So I apologize, we're not actually getting to the painting yet, so please bear with me. I did explain it earlier on that we had some issues with trying to get all this transferred over. We eventually it was the kind of thing where it was just so laggy that couldn't really do anything with it. I had to re-export, or re-import, I should say, all the cars back in. Am I prepping for the storm? Well, not really, because where I'm at, it's not going to be too big. At least that's what I don't think it's going to be too big. So that's a good thing for me. Thankfully, I'm in an area where it's not going to be too hard. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. This is how lousy I've been doing with these pit boxes. As you can see, you got a bunch of blue. It's like somebody spilled blue paint on that thing. I just don't care. Honestly, all I care about is that pit sign, and yeah, I should do better. And Garrett Sonor is in the chat. How's it going, my friend? It's been a long time. I hope everything's going good with you. And in case you guys don't know, a lot of you guys might not know Garrett. He was essentially one of the first guys in the NRL way back in 2015. Did the Ortho Cup Series. I absolutely loved it. Unfortunately, I think time got to him a little too much, but still, great to have you. Great to have you in the chat with us here today. Import and export 0 PC, and we got Caleb Hoffman as well. We got two of the original members in the NRLOA right here. All we need is Elijah. We need Elijah, and we need Cameron. We could get Elijah. I know we can get Elijah, but Cameron's going to be a tough one. He's all over the place, so maybe we can get him in here, but maybe not. And yeah, get to see Caleb and Garrett in this at the same time. That's really cool. Really nice to see you guys both in here. I've known you guys for a really long time. And by the way, Caleb, I know you were doing a painting live stream earlier on, painting some Chick-Fil-A Cup Series cards. I don't know if you got any done. I had to go to bed that night, so I didn't watch all the way through. But if you have any done, please send them to me right away. That'd be good if you could do that. You can send them to this email. Official at gmail.com. So that's just the email you can send them to. If any of you guys have any schemes, I know you're not done yet, but you know I'm an impatient person when it comes to this. I want to make sure that they get done. So I'm not trying to rush you, but I would like to have them done before we do signups. That would be nice. Hopefully they will be. But no, I don't think it's gonna be a problem with you. But still, I hope they turn out good, and they should. You do a really good job with those. Hey, yes, Marty, I did get your schemes. I like them. I think they're pretty good. Oh, and by the way, I got an Xbox One. I mean, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know this. But I got an Xbox One, and yesterday I went to the Walmart and got NASCAR Heat 2. I played it for maybe 20 minutes yesterday before I had to go to bed. But after that, after this stream, I should say, I am going to play some of it. What's my gamer tag? You're gonna love this one. That's my gamer tag right there. My old YouTube username. I can't change it. So that's what it is. So yeah. We're getting nowhere fast. But you know what? We're getting nowhere with some good people. I can tell you that. That's a good thing. Anyways, I want to get all this, you know, made out and completed before, yeah, I mean, if you guys want to, send me friend invites on Xbox, so that's my gamer tag right there, so I will most likely accept any friend request, I can't say request for some reason, tongue-tied, yeah, but, I will most likely accept any friend request from you guys. I'm a nice guy. Export this, yeah, well, we should, but like with Xbox Live, you know, so I don't really want to pay for that. I got like a little bit of a free trial right now, but other than that, I'm not gonna pay for Xbox Live Gold, because for the big thing is I'm not gonna have much time to play this thing, especially when school gets started back up. Because when school gets started back up, it's gonna be this and work and school. That's just about all it is. It's gonna be. And Trey Barto, William Brock in here, and you saw Family Force 5 in concert. You know, I am just really, really upset with their label. Their label they just don't know what they're doing, and it's unfortunate that their label is what they are, but honestly I've been waiting for their new record so long that it's just like, come on, can it come out already, please? And I think they feel the same way too. And there you go. Well, hey, you know, you didn't waste any time there, man. I'll get to that eventually, don't you worry. And yeah, they did have a split. I really hate it, especially Chapstick leaving. He was my favorite. But I actually have followed his projects that he's doing outside the band. I really like his, he does piano music, and I just really like listening to it. I really like it. He does a lot of stuff, and I kind of followed his stuff, so it's cool. And he's a big Georgia fan, and I'm a big Alabama fan, and on Monday, they're going to play each other for the national championship, and I'm really happy that it's an all-SEC national championship. I just really am. I'm sorry if you don't like the SEC, you know. It's just, they're just a good conference now, you know. They always have been. They're not overrated. I mean, they wouldn't be overrated if they had two teams in the national championship. But yeah, I'm hoping Alabama wins. But even if they don't, you know, kudos to Georgia. You know, I like Georgia a little bit. You know, I mean, Alabama's my team, of course. But hey, if Georgia wins, Georgia wins, and that leads up to someone asked me about the Super Bowl. Well, you know, Bama beat #1, so they definitely proved themselves. So yeah, and honestly, Ohio State should have been in there too, just on how well they played. If anybody should have been knocked out, it should have been Clemson, but that just doesn't work out that way. But Alabama definitely proved themselves, so they're definitely one of the top 4 teams. Just the way everything has worked out, it makes it seem kind of different. Live in Georgia, but not part of the fan base. Hey, roll Tide all the way, man. They're my team. They've been my team for almost a decade now. Thoughts on the Rose Bowl? Oh boy. You know, my dad, I don't know why he's an Oklahoma fan, but he likes Oklahoma is his favorite team for some reason. I have no clue why, and for some reason, he defends Baker Mayfield, and he's just a little too cocky in my opinion. I honestly am kind of in a way glad Georgia won, in a way. I mean, I was kind of rooting for Oklahoma because my dad, you know, he's an Oklahoma fan, you know, and I want him to be happy, but I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing here. Yeah. You know, I really didn't care about that game too much, you know. I'm glad Georgia won. Could make it an all SEC national championship game. I love that. Export. Now we got another person. I don't know who that is, but whoever you are, I'll get to you eventually. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'll do it later on. You guys are going to keep on doing this to me, aren't you? But yeah, I mean, that was some game. That was some game, and I don't like Notre Dame. LSU's your second favorite. What in the world? I don't know. I mean, I pretty much like all Southern teams, probably with the exception of Auburn. But even I don't even like LSU, of course, because they're big rivals to Alabama. But honestly, I wanted LSU to beat Notre Dame. I don't like Notre Dame for some reason. But if there is one team that I do not like, and if you guys like this team, I'm sorry, is Ohio State. I cannot stand Ohio State. I can't. I don't know. I just don't like them. I don't like their I just don't like their. I don't know. Something about them. I just don't like them. They're just really. I don't know. And honestly, Ohio State, and this is an argument that kept on going on. You know, I get why people think Ohio State should have made it on, but honestly, you know, when you lose to a team that isn't ranked, it's like 7-5. I mean, the other team. Oh, you're Caleb. I should have known that. But anyways, but if you're going to lose to a team that's 7-5. Well, Alabama, they lost to Auburn. Auburn's a good team. And Alabama had an off day. That game did not define their whole season, in my opinion. Now, I know that, you know, Alabama didn't really play anybody else throughout the whole season. They actually tried to. I mean, they played Florida State. How did they know that Florida State was going to be really bad this year? Florida State was initially ranked like number 4 or something. I don't know, something up there, you know. How are they to know that Florida State wasn't, you know, going to be a good team, you know? I mean, they tried to schedule an out-of-conference game that was a really tough game. It just turns out that Florida State had a terrible season, you know? How are they to know that? But, well, I'm not trying to say Florida State was bad, you know? I mean, I'm not trying to... I'm okay with Florida State. I don't mind them at all. They just had an unfortunate season. You know, it wouldn't have happened if it weren't for their quarterback getting injured. That was kind of what did it. But still, I mean, Alabama. I know I'm the worst possible guy to argue this because Alabama is my favorite team and Ohio State is my least favorite team. But still, trying to not be biased, I honestly feel like, you know, Alabama deserved it more than Ohio State. Last year, Ohio State deserved it more than Penn State because Ohio State only had 1 loss and Penn State had 2. And I'm from Pennsylvania. I kind of like Penn State. They're one of my top 10 favorite teams in college football, probably. You know, so in that kind of situation. I wanted them to put Penn State in, but you know, they made the right decision. Ohio State, you know, even though they didn't win the conference, even though they didn't win the conference, they still had a good season and definitely deserved to make it on. That same thing applied to Alabama. The thing is, Alabama had a loss at a really bad time in the season, and that's why everyone thought that they shouldn't have won. If Alabama lost to Auburn at the beginning of the season, then I don't think there would have been as much of a question. But it's when it happened, you know. I'm glad Alabama made it on, obviously, because I'm an Alabama fan. But and I honestly believe they should have made it on too. Just trying not to be biased. I really think that's how it should have been. I should stop talking about it because people are going to hate me if I keep on talking about it. Okay. I don't understand why people think Alabama sucks. I don't get that at all. I mean, if you think they suck as like not playing good enough, then you're just mistaken. But if you don't like their mentality, if you don't like their culture, that's fine. I'm okay with that, but you can't deny that they're a good team. They are a good team. They beat the #1 team in the country Monday night. They're a good team. They definitely proved themselves on Monday night. And if they win the national championship, they deserve to be one of the Final Four drivers. It's as simple as that. But this is an Alabama fan trying to defend Alabama when everyone's against them. I don't like talking about things that are controversial like that. But, yeah, I'm sorry. And speaking of somebody who doesn't even care about footballs, that'll change the subject. So we have Caleb, we got Garrett, and we have Elijah all in here at once. I don't think that's ever happened, honestly, and I'm glad it has. Yeah. You had a tough season, Garrett, but you're still above Caleb on the all-time wins list. You're still above him. I understand. I try not to be an obnoxious fan. I try not to be. I really love my team. I honestly always thought that Alabama's fans, I mean, there's just a lot of them, you know. This is just true of any team. The more fans a team has, the more likely just a normal person's going to hate them, because the more fans you have, the more likely you're going to have a lot of bad fans, and they definitely show up a lot. But there's still a lot of good Bama fans, or a lot of good Ohio State fans, but also some bad Ohio State fans as well. It happens with every team, so yeah, I mean, Alabama fans are spoiled, I will say that, but we love it. Who is winning? Who won, actually? Nick Smith won it all. He won the... Oh, are you talking about... Oh, man. Are you talking about the... You're talking about the... Interlight Football League. You're talking about the playing card league, aren't you? Yeah, I got to apologize about not getting that done. To be honest, I forgot about it. Simple as that. I shouldn't have forgotten about it. You know, I apologize for forgetting about it. I just got really busy with doing the races, especially near the end of December. No, I'm not a bandwagoner. Come on. We've been through this before, okay? I started liking them the season before they won the first national championship against Texas. I was 9 years old at the time. I had no idea who Nick Saban was. And it was a game. They were playing Clemson, actually. They were playing Clemson. And, you know, my dad, he was all like, oh, Clemson's going to win. Clemson's going to win. And I just wanted him to be wrong. And he was wrong that day. And Alabama won. And since that very day, I've been a fan of Alabama. I did not start liking them till before they won all these national championships, and I'm proud to say that. I didn't start liking them after they won 3 and 4 years. If I did that, I would agree I'm a bandwagoner. But I started liking them before Alabama was the team everybody wanted to beat. So before you say I'm a bandwagoner, I'm not. They were kind of nothing at the time I started liking them. I'm sorry, I just... And I know someone asked me, what do you think is going to happen when Saban leaves? They're probably going to finally fall apart a little bit. I've waited every season for them to just start to fall apart, but they have yet to do so. I'm actually quite surprised that they've actually done as good as they have for as long as they have. I'm glad they've done as good, but I honestly thought, if you asked me, say, 5 years ago, at this point they'd still be good, then I would have probably said, yeah, they might be good, but they're not going to be national championship contenders anymore. They're going to probably kind of fall through the cracks a little bit, but I was wrong. They've definitely have shown. I don't think I saved this one. Nuts. He is the Belichick of college football. Definitely agree with that. He's got his method to his madness, but he's a good coach too. And I gotta tell you this, and if any of you watched the national championship game last year, you might have realized. You know what? I don't think I made one for Elijah Gordon. That's why I can't find it. I haven't made a pit sign for him yet. Okay. But anyways. Yeah. But, what was I saying? Yeah, Saban has a method to his madness. If you guys saw the national championship game last year, most of you probably did, you might have realized that they kept on passing the ball. And the only reason I think they lost that game is because they passed way too much. And, of course, because Scarborough got injured. That didn't help either. But still, they kept on passing when he was not making any of his passes. I realized this in the game on Monday night. It was near the end, Alabama pretty much had the game in the bag. But they could have kind of kept on running the ball and closed it out. But they went with the pass twice on 2nd and 3rd down. And Saban got on the offensive coordinator for him passing the ball. And that's a sign that, he knows what he's doing. Saban's not an idiot. And he saw that too. At that kind of situation, you don't pass the ball. But in the national championship game, they passed the ball way too much. And I'm disappointed that they did that. They kind of beat themselves. I mean, not to say Clemson was a bad team. Clemson was definitely a good team. They definitely deserved to win the national championship. I mean, they beat Alabama. Congratulations to you guys. And I agree with you. I don't think our quarterback's the best quarterback in the league. Our defense is really good, and that's kind of what keeps us winning. I mean, we could have a better quarterback, but we don't. That's unfortunate for us. But I agree. He's not the best at all. But import this in. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. I do these painting live streams, and I get hardly anything done. Save roster. Yes. Okay, now time to 06. Import this. But yeah, I didn't think we'd talk about a lot of college football today, but yes, I'm very passionate. I'm sorry. And like I said earlier, I try not to be an obnoxious fan. I don't want to be an obnoxious fan. I want to be a respectful fan, and I want to represent my team well. I really love Alabama. I mean, I love their team, and I want to represent them well. So, I hope I do. Oh, nuts. That's not what I wanted to do. Hit the wrong button. You know what? I gotta tell you, Marty, I'm glad the Bills made the playoffs. I really am. I like the Bills. I mean, they're not my favorite team, but, Garrett, that's just kind of mean. I like the Bills. When I'm painting cars. When I get all these pit signs done, when I stop talking about football, I'm sorry it's taken me so long, man. But anyways, I like the Bills, I think they're a neat team, and, it was really cool to see that. Now, I'm actually really close to Baltimore. I like the Ravens as well. And, yeah, it's been since before I was born, I think, since the Bills have made the playoffs, and that was a long time ago. Why in the world does everybody like the Jaguars? They're like, or at least they used to be like the Cleveland Browns, Nobody Eagles Steelers. Oh boy, it's a good chance it's going to be Eagles Steelers. You know what I think it's going to be? I think it's going to be the Steelers and the Vikings. And you're okay, Garrett. I know you're just joking. But I think it's going to be the Steelers and the Vikings. That's just my honest opinion. The Steelers, they're just... I don't know if they'll beat Pittsburgh or the Patriots. I just don't know. All I know is that they're going to play in the national champion or in the AFC Championship game. Nobody else in the AFC, in my opinion, has a chance. And I'm sorry to Garrett and Fisher there. They're both Jaguars fans, and Marty, you know, a Bills fan, and Caleb, you're a Titans fan. Titans are my second favorite. Supposedly, they might be my favorite. I really don't know. My dad likes the Cowboys. I mean. And I like the Cowboys because he likes the Cowboys. But honestly, after the whole Ezekiel Elliott thing, I kind of lost a little bit of love for the Cowboys. You know, I still like them, but I'm not really too proud to like them, if you know what I mean. But I do like the Titans. I remember when they went to the playoffs about a decade ago, I guess, and they played the Ravens and they lost. I cried. I was upset about it. I was really upset about that. I'm taking forever here, and I'm sorry. But you know what? I like talking to you guys, you know. It's fun to talk, you know. I don't really have many people to talk to. Whoopsie. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Import. And you're right. The Jaguars could. I'm not saying that they can't, but I really honestly think that New England and Pittsburgh, they're going to be the teams to beat. No question. It's just going to be really hard. I'd be surprised if anybody beat them. I really would be. The Patriots, they're just something else. Okay, I guess I was opening the game for too long. That's interesting. I don't know why I did that. Maybe I messed something up. I don't know. Import. That makes 0 sense why it would do that. Yes. Steelers Falcons. Oh boy. Now, like I said, I think it's going to be the Steelers and the Vikings. I think the Vikings have the best chance in the NFC. I mean, I live in Philly country. I live in Eagles country, and at work they always talk about the Eagles and all that. And you know, around here, I've had to deal with Eagles fans my whole life, being a Cowboys fan. You know, I literally live in the worst part of the country to be a Cowboys fan. Let me tell you that. Still, I mean, I think the Eagles are going to do good, especially if the Saints play them. If the Saints play them, I mean, I think it's going to be an automatic win for the Eagles because the Saints can't do anything outside. Import. And I think the Eagles might be able to do something, but I really think that the Vikings are going to go all the way to the Super Bowl at least. I think Pittsburgh's going to win it. That's just my honest opinion. I think Pittsburgh's going to win the Super Bowl. But yeah. And honestly, I think a lot of people want the Vikings to win the Super Bowl. I mean, there's nothing about them to hate, really. I mean, only unless you're a Packers fan or a Lions fan or a Bears fan, there really isn't any reason to hate them. They're a really good team. You know, and it's kind of cool with Case Keenum. You know, he was a nobody, and here he is on the verge of winning a Super Bowl. So that's kind of neat. And I really hope they do a good job. You know, what I want the Super Bowl to be is probably the Titans and the Vikings. I'd love to see the Titans win a Super Bowl. I mean, the Titans, you know, they've been so bad for so long. I really haven't given them much thought, but they really are one of my favorite teams. Yes, he did make the Eagles a good team. He did, and that's a good reason why they might not win. Import. We'll get the painting here. Don't worry, guys. I'll get there. We're just talking a lot, and that's affecting things. So, yeah. We're talking about things that don't even relate to what I'm doing, which is kind of rare. Okey-dokey. We're almost there. We're almost getting this all done here. I honestly couldn't care less about the Olympics, actually. I really don't like them. I never have. And especially this year, it's going to directly go against Speed Weeks. Yeah, I know. Hey, I grew up with football. I've only been a NASCAR fan for 7 years. But yeah, the Olympics go directly against Speed Weeks, and I just I don't know. I've never really enjoyed the Olympics. I don't care. I really don't. Kind of hard to beat Russia if they're not even going to be there. True. Hockey's good. Hockey's good. I'll probably try to watch hockey, but other than that, I don't care about anything else. Hockey is really the only true sport, honestly, in the Olympics. Look. Hey, don't worry, man. You've been through a lot, and we respect you. We respect what you've been going through. I mean, it's fine. You said you were going to Daytona, though, weren't you? Lucky. Only racetrack I've been to is Dover. I've seen the Xfinity Series twice. I need to upgrade next year. But the thing is, my mom, she won't drive in the traffic that the Cup Series is going to bring, so I get stuck with the Xfinity Series. But now I have my license, so I don't know if I'm going to try to do that myself. But I might try to go see the Cup race next year. I might. Yeah, for the 500. Man, that's cool. That's cool. You know, someday I will eventually be in attendance for the Daytona 500. It'll be a while. Now, I save up money, you know. It'll probably be at least 5 years, at least, before I do. But I will be there one day. I know I will. I want to attend the Indianapolis 500 as well. Someday. That'll happen someday. I just know it. I know, you know, if I keep on with, No, my favorite NFL team isn't the Eagles. They're not my least favorite team, though, which is kind of interesting. I'm actually okay with them, which is odd. My least favorite team in the NFL is the Steelers. I cannot stand them at all. And I don't have a favorite NBA team. I really don't care about the NBA that much. Like, I'll watch the finals. Oh, nuts, I missed this one. Favorite team is the Astros. Favorite team is the Orioles. Favorite team is the Orioles. I wear Orioles gloves all the time. I mean, in this cold weather. I need to go in here and export this out. 0PC77. Okie. I like the Orioles because I'm a bandwagoner? No, I mean, I live like 40, 50 miles from Baltimore. I mean, when I tell people I'm an Orioles fan, they don't actually look at me funny like when I tell them I'm a Cowboys fan. And I've been a Cowboys fan my whole life. But like I said earlier on, they kind of wore off on me a little bit this year because of the whole Ezekiel Elliott thing. And I like the Titans a lot too because I got family down in Tennessee. My favorite team in hockey. You didn't mention hockey. My favorite team in hockey is Nashville Predators, no question. I love them. Because like I said, I got family down in Tennessee. I got a lot of family. Actually, they're in eastern Tennessee, like, and southwestern Virginia, kind of around that area. So I tend to like the Tennessee team a lot because of that. Import. Yep. Go Preds. I love them. And it took me until last year for me to actually just consider that because, you know, I guess you could say I bandwagon the Predators a little bit, but I mean, I have good reasons to like them because you live down there, Caleb. You're like one of my best friends, so that's one reason. But like I said, I also got a lot of family. A lot of my dad's side, my like second cousins and all that, they live down there. I mean, not near Nashville, but they kind of live like Eastern Tennessee, you know, Virginia area. So I tend to really like the Tennessee teams a lot. I like Tennessee too. I love Tennessee in football as well. But no, I don't care about any of those teams. I didn't even know the Celtics were good. Okay. I get it. I'm not a bandwagoner when it comes to those sports, at least. And I mean, I guess you can say, like I said, I guess you can say that I kind of bandwagon the Predators because it took me until last year for them to actually get good to make me realize, oh wait, why don't I like this team? But still, like I said, I got family down there, so I try not to be a bandwagoner. Oh, they're playing right now. Import. This is taking forever. My AHL team's the Hershey Bears. I like the Hershey Bears, and I can say because I live a couple hours from Hershey, so that's why I like the Hershey Bears. So I didn't bandwagon them. And actually, I really like them too because they're like the original team in the AHL. They've been around forever, and I like it that they've just stayed the same for so long. Compared to all those other minor league teams that they change cities every 2 years, and Hershey Bears, they've been there for like a long time. Okay, we're almost there, guys. Not complete. I don't think I got this one either. Almost done with 48. Ah, okay. Yeah, no, we don't have sign-ups yet for these. Just to let you know. I know you were questioning it there initially. Looking for the 88. Export 0 PC 88. You like the Memphis Grizzlies? They're in Tennessee. My favorite team in basketball is probably the Charlotte Hornets. Yes, I will actually paint cars. Just give me time. Favorite soccer? You know, I never really got into soccer. I used to hate it when I was younger, but you know, as I was going. I want to see you, Garrett. Have a good one, man. Have a good one. I hope you can sign up for season 7. I mean, you better be in. Let's just say that. But have a good one, man. But anyways, I never really got into soccer. I don't know really what my favorite team is. Like, I don't care at all about American soccer and MLS. If I have to have my favorite soccer league, it's Premier League. I've watched a couple games before. I found it, you know, entertaining to watch, but I haven't like really cared to follow it that much. I really don't have a favorite team, really. Yeah, Premier League's just it's the gold standard when it comes to soccer. I know that much. And if it's on, you know, and I got nothing to do, I'll watch it. But I never really cared too much. Okay, we're almost there. Alright, this should not have taken as long as it did, but I keep on talking. Import. We'll actually get to painting a car. And the car that we're going to paint, by the way, is going to be the number 05 for Trailblazer Motorsports. Check Skype for an update on the 48. I will. And all of you guys will see it as well. Import. I'm going to be doing the number 05 Zaxby's Chevy for Trailblazer Motorsports. Aiden Shepard's the owner of the team, and I have a good idea of who's going to drive the car. Hopefully he can get it. Hi, buddy. But, yeah, we're going to paint that. It's going to be... Okay, good. There we go. So we just don't have ones for Elijah's cars yet. Okay, that's that. Finally. Go check Skype. Check Skype. See how good this looks. Skype. Close. Where is it, man? I don't see it. Not here, man. Okay, so now we're finally gonna get to this. So this is why we're not doing any races. Not yet. Okay, I'm sorry about that. So I'm hoping that this works out fine. Let's see, I gotta find the file here. Fictional no, let's be ahead of this. Back. Might not be in here. I have a feeling it's in this. Maybe not. I don't know. I can't remember where I put it because it's been so long since I've painted one of these things. I don't know where I put everything. Ah, there we go. There's Chevy template. Now I have no clue why in the world this Chevy template is like as many megabytes as it is compared to the rest of them. That's part of it. That's slightly an issue, but yeah, honestly, this is what I plan on this car looking basically just like John West Townley's scheme, and of course, you know, we all know somebody in the community who's a big John West Townley fan, and this is probably going to be his car, most likely. I'm hoping that it's his car, you know. It's been in the series for quite some time. And honestly, I feel as if I could just take one of the schemes from Enter 3 and just like plop it right on, but I have a feeling it's going to be a little difficult. So I'll just do it like this, where I search it. John West Townley car. Now, I know I spelled Townley wrong. So it's a very basic scheme. It's going to base it right off of this. So, yeah, it's as simple as it gets. And I like it when it's simple. Almost done. Okay, thank you. You know, you could just say it in the chat. I'll actually close this out. I don't want everybody seeing that. So yeah, I just gotta see. I think I have. Yeah, I can't remember. I want the color to be close. CFACS logo. I'm going to assume that this color is close enough. Save image. What in the world? I just need the color. I want to get the color right. Yes, I do plan on doing more streams. I plan on doing quite a few of them. I mean, next week there probably won't be many, because I'm getting my wisdom teeth removed, and you know, I might not be able to do much then. But yeah, I plan on trying to do as many streams as I can doing this. So yeah, we're gonna open as layers, and we're gonna simply just open this up for the color, so that we can get the color of the car. I don't live near any Zaxby's. There aren't any Zaxby's near me. At least there are Chick-Fil-A's around me. Okay. And this layer. Delete layer. We're going to the base. We're going to go to the base. The base. Layer 3. Oh, that's what the base is. Okay. No, I'm not. I'm not one to make a complete fool of myself, honestly. Early CFACS Cup Series confirmed. I don't know what you mean by that. So now is to get the actual Zaxby's logo. What's the real one? I gotta look back and see what's on his car here. Is it? Yeah, okay, that one. That's fuzzy. This will be for the side right here. And this will probably work for the front of the car. Open his layers. Enter his 3 logos. That'll be for the side. This will be for the hood of the car. And I want to make this kind of as similar as I possibly can to John West Townley's machine. It shouldn't be too hard to do. Problem I've always had with these templates. Oh, actually, this actually worked out pretty fine. The Dodge template is very bad for it. You know how we got all these layers here and everything. You literally, if you have a logo right at the bottom of your layers here, you cannot click it and move it just like that. You have to move the layer all the way up before you can do that. And I want it to go all the way down so that it merges right with all the shading and everything on the car. The Dodge is terrible for that for some reason. The Chevy, I think, works out pretty good here, so that's nice. I just realized, like, this Chevy template here, there isn't even a Chevy logo on that thing. I don't know what the deal is. This no alcoholic sponsors, no. I think, oh man, I forget. Actually, that rule actually applied to the race names. I don't know if I counted that in for the actual Cup Series. The actual cars might not have been like that. I don't think they might not have been. Honestly, I don't really care too much anymore. Mainly, it was just for the race names. The cars, they could be sponsored by alcohol. Honestly, I don't care too much. No, but the race names is what I really cared about. I honestly think this mod is really good once you actually get past everything. And I'm going to let you guys know right now, if you're doing a custom series in this game, I'm going to show you. You got to go in and you got to change this, because if you don't, it's going to be very, very laggy. So, I got, show you. You got to go into the core INI file of Enter 2003. And you gotta, actually, sorry, you don't, this is not it, excuse me. You go into players, and you go into the player you're using, and you go into the player INI, and then you go down to the opponent manager section, and you see this import textures with compression. That has to be at 1. If you're doing custom schemes, and you're gonna do like a 40 car field with custom schemes, you gotta make sure this is turned on at 1. 1 means it's turned on before you import any of those schemes into the game, because if you don't, you get a lot of the files are just so big that it cannot handle, the game cannot handle running those cars and running the good graphics of the racetrack without it lagging like crazy. Trust me, I had this issue over the weekend. I spent a lot of time trying to figure it out. I'm glad I figured it out, honestly, and yeah, you gotta make sure that that's turned to 1 if you're gonna do a custom car series in this mod. And I am actually using the official mod now, not the beta. When I started out, I don't think this was out yet, and It only had the beta cars, but they're still using the beta templates. So yeah, that's just a good thing to keep in mind, and I greatly recommend you keep it in mind. Okay, Alpha Channel's already there. That's nice. It took me 7 seasons to finally get to this point. Edit, cut. Thankfully, most of the schemes that I have right now, you guys have sent to me, so I can just kind of re-download them. Edit, cut, edit, cut, edit, cut. Yeah, I know. Honestly, that's not, I mean, it's really not too big of an issue. Are you gonna really be looking at the drivers in the cars? It's really hard to see the drivers in the cars anyway. But yeah, I did realize that I don't really care. Honestly, I don't think it looks bad. That looks good. I think that looks good. I don't even have school. I'm in college, so I'm off until January 16th. I know. I have a lot of OCD in other places too. So yeah. But I mean, I'm not just gonna, I mean, I've gotten too far into it. Let's put it this way. And I want to use the official one now. I've gotten too far into it to not use the main schemes, or the main, yeah, you know, the beta templates. I just have. I went through all the trouble of making these. I don't want to have to go through it again. And I actually changed all the banners in the Turkey Hill series, and I was also going to change the logos, but it just, I did it in a way where I just like imported a picture over the each of the files to get the banner, so I did it real fast, and I couldn't do that with the logos on the sides of the cars, so I kind of didn't do that. So yeah. But the thing I will say about the Turkey Hill Series cars is they're not actually custom cars, so I'm okay with the NASCAR logos kind of still staying on them, because they're still technically NASCAR cars. These here, what we're painting right now, these are Chick-Fil-A Cup Series cars, and they're only running the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. Those other ones, they're also run in real life as well, so that's kind of my excuse. It's kind of like releasing those cars from them in a way, so that's why yeah, I don't know what I was saying, but that's why. I'm sure you'll understand. Open as layers. Okay, we gotta get this done. Taking me forever to do this. Okay, so we take this. And add the alpha channel. And cut it all out. Edit, cut. 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 Okie doke. And now I'm going to scale this up a little bit. Actually, I don't like doing it like that. The thing I like about the Zaxby's logo is that you can get the whole thing in without it actually cutting off from the wheel well there. So that, I think it looks good. Yeah, it's got quiet all of a sudden. Am I getting too boring for you, or what? I know I'm not the most entertaining of people on YouTube, but I still got class, at least, you know, unlike a lot of people on this site. And I'm not referring to any of you guys in the community. You guys all got class too. I don't watch anime, but my sister does. She's really into it, but she's like really good at drawing and all that. She's really good at drawing, and she draws super well. And she's into anime. She draws anime characters and all that. I have no idea what in the world she's doing. I have no knowledge of it in any way, shape, or form, but she does. So yeah. What am I doing? Select none. That's what I'm doing. See, when I'm talking and doing this at the same time, I cannot do it. It's just... No, you shouldn't quit YouTube. Just don't try to make money. See, I don't make money. As long as you don't try to make money, it's not really a big issue. And I don't make money, so I honestly just don't care. I have a feeling that this is going to really look nice. It's just basic, but it's just going to look nice. I don't even know how many channels I have. I think that looks good. I gotta look at the whole thing here. Actually, this is kind of his old scheme, so it's kind of tough to know. But kind of base it off of this, just change. Hey, and Nick Smith's in here. Nick Smith won the Fantasy League. So congratulations to him. On winning our fantasy league over on NFL.com. Did a really good job with that. What do I want to do after school? I'm going to become an accountant. So I hope you bear with me. I'm kind of a boring guy. Zaxby's logo actually goes on the back as well. We'll just write like, dude, that's Zaxby's logo. Zaxby's, okie I got it. Yes, it is actually the beta template. The only thing about the beta template is the drivers look all funny, but I don't care. I just want the cars to look good and for them to be pit signs, and it's fine. It works. It works out fine. So yeah, I understand it's odd, but you know what? You're right. I should. Thank you. Yes, it does, and that's why I'm becoming an accountant. I did pretty good the first semester, so things are looking up. Duplicate this. Duplicate layer. Move it. Oh, whoop. Nope. Duplicate it. He meant to say a lot. Rotate, and we're going to then scale this layer to a 100 width. Well, go ahead and do your homework. It's important. This is kind of my homework. You know, it's interesting. I kind of treat this whole channel because I gotta tell you guys, I drive myself nuts if I don't have something to do, and I want to do something productive. Like, I can't play video games all day and feel like I did something. I feel terrible if I do that. But if I'm doing something productive, and I consider this productive, I need to do something productive for me to just keep myself sane, basically. That's why I do this. That's why I'm so like strict on my schedule and everything. That's why I plan things out. That's why I try hard to do it, because I feel like it's productive. And that's why I spend a lot of time on it, because I feel like it's productive. If I don't spend my time doing something unproductive, if I spend my time doing something unproductive, then I just feel terrible. I really do. Yeah. Yeah, it's coming up our way now. I mean, where I'm at, actually, it's not supposed to be that bad, but I heard elsewhere it's going to be pretty miserable. So yeah, I'm gonna duplicate this, and then we'll scale it again. Just think about 125 should do. Oh, that's way too small. Kind of trying to. Zaxby's. And originally, actually, Aiden Shepard, he was supposed to paint this car himself and give it to me, but he never did. And I kind of figured that I would just kind of do it myself here. Oh. I'm not going to show everybody. I'm just going to look on my phone here. Cold or hot cheese one? The opposite of the one that's actually in the current state. So if it's cold, I want it to be hot. If it's hot, I want it to be cold. So yeah. Almost done. That's interesting. That's cool. I thought that the number 7 was Panera Bread. I really wish I could figure out how to get CarView to work. But I appreciate, Caleb, for you making some schemes. You do a lot better at it than I do. And there are going to be some... I mean, mine don't look bad. Mine are just really basic. That's kind of the unfortunate thing. You said 48. Okay, whatever. It's fine. If it's not the right number, it's not the right number. I mean, it's... Yeah, as long as it's... Yeah, it's fine. I'm an idiot. I don't know how to use it. That's what's wrong with it. Okay, let me get this 05 NASCAR number. I hope this exists so I can just kind of take it. But apparently it's not going to work out like that for me now, is it? Oh boy, this is going to be fun. I know you guys are going to know this. I feel stupid for asking. What's a good... I don't even know what you mean by X-File. That's the whole point. Isn't that like a television show? Big Evil Racing. Thank you. I hope that's what you mean by finding good numbers. I know that these sites, they sound familiar, but it just... Downloads. Painting. Numbers. Camping World. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Historical. Guess that's technically historical. 05, that is absolutely perfect. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you very much. It's a Photoshop file. Local disk. Papyrus. No. Actually, this goes in here. And it goes in this folder. Now, it's going to probably be soon here, guys, and my dad's going to call the house, so I'll let you guys know when that happens, but be prepared. My phone's probably going to ring. Okie dokie. Historical. Okay, thank you guys, I found it. Thank you very much. Okay, open his layers. Hopefully this isn't NR 2003 temps. Oh man, I feel like someone said that before. I feel like someone has said that before. I feel like I should know what that means, but I don't, and I feel kind of off. Okie dokie. So now we're going to scale this think it's about 500 is what we want. Might be a little bit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Man, gotta be so technical, don't you? Can't I move just the whole... Hold on. Anchor layer. Okay, this is what we're gonna have to do. Undo scale layer group, undo open layers. We're going to open this up and just do it like this. Open it up all by itself. And we're going to delete that. We're going to go ahead. Export as. Instead of a PSD, just export this as a TGA. So that I don't have to worry about it all acting up on me. Okay, there we go. We're gonna open as layers. And take this. Busher. It's like Kyle Busch, only it's a busher instead of a bush. Whatever a bush, whatever kind of action bushing is. The busher. 450, I think, is more accurate with where we want to be here. Little big, little big. 400. That's good. That is good. That is really good. So all we gotta do really at this point is just move all this around and add a Chevy logo, because I don't like the fact that there's no Chevy logo in there. You know what I need to do? I need to reopen the template and put a Chevy logo in it. Let's open it up again. Open it as layers, not just opening it. Oh boy. At least I kind of know what I'm doing. How do you guys think this whole thing looks so far? I think it's... You know, you gotta think too. I completely painted this scheme from scratch, and it's very similar to. Yeah, I just realized we're gonna have an 04, an 05, and an 06 in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, all with the 0 in front of them. Whoa, and that's what I mean. If you click in the wrong place, then it becomes an issue. Okay, that's good. Duplicate this layer. I'm just going to go all the way up with it. So who's all ready for this season? I mean, I know a lot of you guys probably are. I'm not yet. I gotta paint these cars. Yep. Number on site is too big. Oh boy. Is it... Casey Hoffman is driving. That's interesting. You know what? You are correct. It is too big. And it took me until like getting it on the other side before I realized it was a little too big. So we're gonna rotate it, enter, and then we'll just go to scale this to 3/16. 370, 350. I think that's actually what it is. Yeah, that's it. I think there is an actual number that I think I used for this. Oops, that's the wrong one. Casey Hoffman is Caleb Hoffman's quote-unquote son. I'm never really going to say that because that is kind of odd. There we go. Took you this long? Oh, hello, Nathan. Glad you're here. Development driver. Yeah, so this is what's going to happen. When we do the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, season number, I said quote unquote, he's 15, man. But, what we're going to do, we're going to have the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, Turkey Hill Series, and the IndyCar Series all at one time. So you guys can only have one driver in one series of the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series or the Turkey Hill Series. So there's going to be 80 slots. 80 slots, wow. Just realize how many that's going to be. You're going to have 80 slots. You know, one account can sign up in either series. You cannot have a driver in both series. Now, with the IndyCar Series, you can have a driver in the IndyCar Series, but it cannot be a driver that is already racing in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series or the Turkey Hill Series. It has to be a different driver. So, say for Caleb Hoffman, or let's say for someone that actually has development drivers, like Davey Johnson, I'll use him as a reference here. Davey Johnson is owning a team in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. So Davey Johnson, he drives in the Turkey Hill Series. He can have his development driver of Jack Cabarrus drive in the IndyCar Series, but he cannot have Davey Johnson drive in the IndyCar Series along with him driving in the Turkey Hill Series. Now, for the Indianapolis 250 only drivers, you can have a driver from the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series or the Turkey Hill Series that you have drive in the Indianapolis 250 in an Indianapolis 250 only ride if you missed a full-time ride in the IndyCar Series. So yeah, it's a little confusing, but we'll get to that point. Hopefully you guys will understand, and once we get to it, but that's how it's going to be. I want to duplicate this layer. And I'm doing all my schemes where I put the number on the side here. I'm going to scale the layer to 100. I think that's what I do. Yep. And then, yeah, I know it's a little confusing, but we'll figure it out. Yes, but Derek Hamill cannot be in the Turkey Hill Series and the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series at the same time. You know what? I don't care if the number on the front bumper is way too huge. I think it's just fine. They've been like that for all the you know what? You're right. I don't know. This number's just bigger than I expect it to be, and I guess the other ones haven't been like this. 75, okay. That's better. I like it to be big. Yes. That would be fine. That would be plenty fine enough. But Nathan Stapleton can't be in the Turkey Hill Series and the IndyCar Series. Well, we don't have a ring. But we'll give you some applause. So here you go. Thank you. Congratulations, Nick Smith, on winning the Interloy Fantasy Football League on NFL.com. Congratulations. Now, he only won because he had a certain player on his team. And if he didn't have that certain player on his team, I probably would have beaten him in the first round. But still, you still won fair and square, and congratulations. I give you full credit. I think. All I need to do is add a Chevy logo here, and then we're good. Chevy logo. Chevrolet. Can it be? They don't look different, you know, that they just all look really weird. That's interesting. We're going to add alpha channel, and we're going to select it all out to cut. And you're waving. Why are you waving? Oh, is that oh, that's Nathan's waving for some reason, but Davey's clapping. So or that's actually not your real name, but still, I refer to you. I refer to you guys by the names you sign up for, if that's okay. And don't worry, you can advertise. I don't care enough. And there is my father, so hold on just a couple minutes. Oh, my sister actually got it, so I think I'm good. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Yeah, I guess we did all pass on Todd Gurley. Cut. Cut. There we go. Then how come I don't see it? It's not there. I'll show you too. No. That's not doing. It's not working like that. I'll show you on Elijah's car here. You do not see that logo. It is not there. Okay. Same with this other one. It is not there. It's completely black. Okay. Well, that's because, I mean, there's nothing I can do about using the beta template. That's not doing that for the other ones. But still, I'm using the beta template anyway. The Ford's there, Dodge is there, Dodge is good, and I know there's a Toyota somewhere. I'm using it with the official mod, okay? That's just the way I want to do it. It's fine. It's fine, okay? I already gave out those beta templates to everybody. There's nothing I can do about it. See, it's on the Toyota as well. It's fine. I just got to do things manually sometimes. Work around the box. You know, it's not. It's put it this way. If I started this initially with the actual mod, then we wouldn't have this problem. But I started with the templates, the beta templates, and a lot of you guys have already used the beta templates. So we just kind of have to stick with it. Everything's fine. I'll work it out. I can figure things out pretty good. So yeah. Okay, so I think this one's done. So So I'm going to export it. I think we're good to go. Export as in 3 temps. No. Why can't I think straight? I never. Okay, Chick-Fil-A Cup Series Season 705, and that's it. Sport. I can work on Season 8 temps. Oh man, that Season 8's not going to happen for another year. There's probably going to be another mod out by the time we get to Season 8. Season 8's going to be 2019. This is the only season. Chick-Fil-A Cup Series Season 7 is going to be lasting from February to late September. It's going to be lasting a long time. It's going to be weekly. Races are going to be weekly in this series, and that's just the way it is. Okay, I think we're ready to do this. This is Trailblazer 05. Now, if I actually get the time, it is possible that I might do secondary schemes for some of those guys who could not paint their own cars. Season 7. 05. I think he'll do decent, you know. Get a couple top 10s maybe. I don't know if he'll do too good, because his team he's with isn't that good. But I know he might do good. Who knows? You never know. I believe that looks fine. I think that looks just fine, and I'm glad that it looks just fine. I really, really hope the guy who I hope, you know, who really wants this car gets it. That's the main reason why I'm making this car. Trailblazer Motors. Can't spell motors. Sports. There we Sports. Not Trailblazer. Trailblazer. Trailblazer Motorsports 05 Zaxby's machine. Before we do anything else, let's get this stupid pit sign on, and then that'll be it. Okay, yeah. And I'll probably have to work on Elijah Gordon's schemes. Because export 0PC05. And it's as simple as taking the TGA. No, it actually isn't as simple as that. Undo, remove layer, and then create. Doke, and then we're gonna open up from local disk Papyrus. Imports, exports 5, and then we just take. Whoa! I don't know if you guys could see that, but so that's the second time I've done that to myself tonight. Open as layers. I'm thirsty. Temps. Yo. Why are you saying no? Okay, that's why you're saying no. McDowell's actually better than most back markers. I mean, he was doing pretty good considering what he had. Okay. Import. Oh, why? Why isn't it in here? That makes no sense. Oh. It's all the way down here. And I didn't see it. That's why. Save. Okay. So that's another one down. And then test run. This is save change to the current roster. Yes. We don't have one for Elijah Gordon yet. Car. And 83 is also different. You guys haven't really seen a lot of these schemes yet, have you? And also the 05. So you guys will actually see it here. Just like a lot of these cars out on the racetrack using the new version of Texas. I actually like this new version of Texas. I think it's a pretty good version of Texas. We had an IROC race here. Show some of the schemes. I am, man. I am. We're going to show them all kind of run out there on the racetrack for you guys. And we'll keep it up kind of high. Maybe we'll get a crash and show the very cool crash graphics on this mod. They definitely, that's really the big thing about this mod that I think a lot of people like, is the crashing graphics.
To your cars.
And of course, Elijah Gordon, Daniel McMillan, they already have rides this season because they are, Elijah Gordon's a champion and McMillan is the Rookie of the Year. So a lot of these schemes were not my own making. They were other people's. Actually, let me get them running out there on the racetrack. They did, didn't they? Give me a purple heart.
Start your engines.
It's cool. But yes, a lot of these schemes were not actually painted by me. Some of them were. I'll tell you which ones were painted by me as they go along here. I'm pretty sure Nicholas Wade did his own team here, so the 06, the 04. The 5, Elijah Gordon did that one himself. The number 26, dude, you literally just gave them to me, okay? Did you? I don't think you've used them yet. I don't even think you have. I did the 26 myself. I painted that one on my own. I did the number 6 myself as well. Number 33, Igor Barreto did. Number 9, that was Marty. 99 was Igor Barreto. I think the 54, I think, didn't Top Dragster do this one, Derek? I don't know if Derek actually did any of these. Marty did that one. I did the 77. Carter did the 68. I did the 16, Igor Barreto did the 13, I did the 79, Marty did the 88, I did the 25, I think Nicholas Wade did the 64, I think Top Dragster did the 22. Oh, you actually made schemes for this mod. Is that what it is? Oh man, I didn't know that. 75 I did. I really like the 75. I think it's a really nice looking scheme. And I mean, I don't know how many of y'all live in this area. If you've seen the Hers trucks go by, that's kind of what they look like. I like Hers a lot. 92, Carter did that one. I think Top did the 83 as well. We just did this one. We just did this number 05 Zaxby's machine. The 66 I did. So yeah, I mean this is a taste of what's to come in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. It's gonna look a lot like this. Got 24 cars out here on the racetrack. You know, we only need to do 16 more, and then we are done. We're ready to go, and I'm looking forward to that. Of course, you guys, you can always send in schemes yourselves. Honestly, there's no point in having a limit anymore. So I mean, don't go too crazy. I mean, try not to have too many, but like, especially for you guys who have sent me only one scheme, you know, if you want to send me another scheme, go ahead and do so. I definitely use it. I might make some secondary schemes myself if I get the time. Yeah, with this 25, I actually have two schemes. One of them, the yellow and the green, are inverse on it. So yeah. You know, I was just about to ask myself, what's the deal with all these cars going so slow compared to the rest? These cars are actually... Yeah, if you want to make it and send it to me, go right ahead. I recommend making a primary Monster Energy, actually. Because I know you got Monster Energy as a throwback. Just make a primary Monster Energy, because right now all I have is the Advanced Auto Parts and the throwback for the 54, so you still got two schemes left. As long as you get them into me by February. If not, it's not the end of the world, because I already have a scheme for you anyway. I mean, if anything, you can actually send it to me mid-season if you want to, because, you know, as long as I have a primary scheme to work off of, I'm good. How do you send? Make it easy on you. Official at gmail.com. Switching schemes every 3 laps. Are they Chick-Fil-A Cup Series schemes? I hope they are. You know, and I really appreciate Caleb making some of these schemes for us. They're going to definitely stand out in the crowd, I think. You know, he knows what he's doing, and I'm looking forward to seeing those things on the racetrack. Looking forward to this whole thing coming together. This is Chick-Fil-A Cup Series Season 7 is going to be just much bigger, much more advanced. I mean, we're going to be using Score 4 as well. We're going to have a lot of new things. I want it to look professional. It's going to be full screen, 1080 pixels. It won't be 60 frames per second. Oh, wait, here we go. This is a good example of like the crash damage here. Look at this, how realistic it is. And that beautiful scheme we just made, all crumbled up. 22. I mean, I really like the damage model on this. It's just realistic, you know. And this is more to look forward to, I guess. I mean, maybe not to look forward to for you guys, because you guys don't want to crash, of course, but still, I definitely think it looks good and all that. I really like the crash model on this. I'm pumped. I really am to do season number 7. And season 7's going to take a long time. You guys are going to see season 7 throughout all of spring and all of summer. It's going to be a weekly series, and I think the only week we're not actually doing it is the week before we do the Indianapolis 250, and the reason for that is because I want to get the Indianapolis 250 done. That's a really long race. Season number 4 of the IndyCar series is the 2017 or 2018. Still not used to it yet. The 2018 Haas IndyCar series will use the 2017 IndyCars instead of the old 2014 IndyCars that we were using. There won't be any more road course cars in the series. This is the way that is. But yeah, I really hope you guys are pumped for this. I mean, this... I'm really looking forward to it. I really am. With the custom cars, it's gonna be nice. And what do you mean, do your cars go rip yet? I don't think any of your cars crashed. Nope, none of them crashed. I really like seeing, now that we got a lot more cars, you know, and all that, it's looking nice. It really is. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I really do. But anyways, I think it's about it for tonight. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll actually paint more cars next time we do this. I know we only got to 1 today. You know, I apologize about that. You know, we should have been better than that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully I can do this again soon. If not, you know, I definitely will say that all these schemes will be painted before February. I don't have too many to do myself. And we got Caleb, you know, he's doing a great job. And just go ahead, sub to him, you know. Do it tomorrow. I might be able to do it tomorrow. I might. I work in the evening tomorrow. I mean, I got off of work at 6 today. So, I don't know. Yeah, go ahead, man. I mean, any time throughout the season as well. It doesn't actually have to be right away. Now that I have a primary scheme, primary schemes need to be in. I need to have at least one scheme before the season starts. But even past that, you can go ahead and just shoot me. Owners can shoot me the cars. Just keep in mind, the owners, you guys cannot be a driver in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series Season 7. You guys can be drivers in the Turkey Hill Series, though. So if you own a team in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, go ahead and sign up for the Turkey Hill Series and race over there. Turkey Hill Series is going to be going on for the same length as the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series as well. So, I mean, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and sign up for that because, you know, like Marty Johnson, Davey Johnson, Derek, you know, all those guys who are owning teams. I know you guys probably still want to race as well. That's what the Turkey Hill Series is going to be there for. And Turkey Hill Series, I already got all. I mean, I'll show you guys what I did with the Turkey Hill Series. Let's see here. Where is he? I guess I went the wrong way. I don't know if you can see it, but instead of it saying Xfinity, it says Turkey Hill on the bar, on the windshield there. So that's with all these cars. Now, with the Turkey Hill Series, actually, you know what? Yeah, you can have you can have like custom schemes if you want to, as long it'd be like the old way of doing it. So, if for you guys who actually do sign up for the Turkey Hill Series, if you want to have a custom scheme, you have to sign up first. Just use the same number you signed up for, because I can easily take it and put the Turkey Hill Series banner on that. So yeah, we can do this as a custom series, kind of like how we used to. If you want to do it, you have to make it yourself. I won't be making any myself. But if you want a custom scheme in this series, if you sign up for this series, and these names don't count. These are just names from the NOFSRL versus NLOA battle. What about my 92? What do you mean, what about your number 92? What do you mean, what about your number 92? I don't know what you're talking about. Is there supposed to be a 92 in this set? No, there isn't. What are you talking about? You sent me something on Skype. What's the deal here, man? But yeah, if you guys want a custom scheme, you have to make it yourself or have somebody else make it. Can I sign up as a 92? No. I'm sorry about that, but these numbers stay the same. That's just the way it is. It's the way I don't want to have it any more complicated than what it should be. I know it might not seem like it'd be that complicated, but I would have to take another car out. I want it to be a 40-car series. There aren't going to be any part-time cars in this series, but here's another thing. In the Turkey Hill Series, there are going to be like groups of drivers here. So like, let's see, we got 8 part-time cars in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series season number 7. So that means there are going to be 8 groups of 5 drivers, and within each race, whoever finishes highest of the group of that 5-car group will race in the next Chick-Fil-A Cup Series race in a part-time ride. So if you do good in this series, you'll get to drive in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series a little bit as well in a part-time machine. Now you guys might be wondering where the part-time car is going to be. I don't know yet. Well, I'll probably just make up a bunch of random, not so great looking basic schemes for him. Only unless Caleb wants to do something special. I mean, if he wants to do that, let him go ahead and choose numbers that aren't already in if he wants to. I mean, opening the door to you if you want to do that. But I plan on just kind of having it where they're just, you know, basic schemes. They're not part of any team that are open to drivers in the Turkey Hill Series. And the reason why we're doing the whole group thing is because I want to keep drivers on the same car throughout the whole season in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. So that group of 5, whoever finishes highest of that group of 5, they're going to race in the next Chick-Fil-A Cup Series race in, say, the number 72. You know, that's probably how it's going to be. I'll explain it more in the future, but we got ourselves some from Caleb here. Yeah, I mean, you can make one. You can't drive. Well, actually, you theoretically can drive it, because if you're in the Turkey Hill Series, you can only get in there if you're a Turkey Hill Series driver. So that's how it's going to be done this year. It's going to be interesting. We'll figure this whole thing out as it goes along. You know, I got it all planned out, and I don't think I'm going to have any issue like controlling it. So you guys don't have to worry. I'm not an idiot. I'll figure it out. I'm stupid, but I'm not an idiot. I actually want to wait and show you guys what Caleb did here. So, send it to me, man. Come on. I'm really thirsty. I want something good to drink. I'm just like super thirsty. I've gone like a couple hours without anything to drink right now, and I'm just like dying over here. Come on, Caleb, get this car to me because I want to get a drink. Whoa. That's it. Yeah, that's fine. Come on, Caleb. Did he send it? Did you send it? Come on, man. Oh, I forgot your internet's kind of lousy. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to wait because my mom might be home now. So thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate y'all hanging out tonight. And we'll get some more of these painted in the near future. Chick-Fil-A Cup Series Season 7 coming in February. So thank you guys very much for watching. And I will see you guys later.